Joining us now is former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani. Mr. Mayor, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Okay, your name was bannered about for a long time. No decision was coming, and what, about a week and a half ago, in reality, it wasn't announced till last week, you pulled your name out of consideration.
Yeah, I think it was the 28th or 29th of November. I gave the president-elect a letter saying that I didn't want to be considered for a federal appointment. It seemed to me he had a number of candidates. They were all very, very qualified. Any one of them could have done the job really, really well. John Bolton was on the list at that point, and I guess John was probably my favorite.
I think you and John together would have been a great team. That's my opinion.
And I have a lot of obligations in my own private law practice, private consulting firm, that I just had to make a decision.
Yeah.
That I just couldn't wait around, two or 3 weeks.
But you talked about it with him at some point.
I did when it was competing decisions between a number of different people. I could see this was going to be a hard decision for him. I thought I'd make it easier for him by just pulling out. My objective in joining his campaign, and you know this because we talked about it,
right,
was for America. Now, I may be romanticizing it, but I believe helping to save America from becoming socialist and becoming a second-rate or...
No, America's in a precipitous decline under Obama. It's been horrible.
A power that was no greater than anyone else. I want an ascendant America. I want an America that is exceptional. I want an America that is the leader of the world. And that's why I supported Donald Trump. The only reason. I didn't want a job. I love what I do. I love my law firm. I love my consulting firm.
No,
going to Poland for...
You're going to make a lot more money doing what you're doing.
For 2 or 3 days this week. I just got the award from the Colombian government, the Colombian embassy, for reducing crime in Medellin by 48%.
But the media went out to attack you early. The fact that you have a business, like I understand, let's use Colombia. You were hired as a consultant based on all of your success in New York.
By the Defense Ministry of Colombia.
Right. To lower crime.
And my firm was paid to lower crime in Medellin, and crime is down by 48% in Medellin. I suspended it when I was going to run for possible Secretary of State.
Or you're going to put your name under consideration.
But now we'll go back and we'll do Cali and we'll do Bogota, and we'll get paid for it. But we get paid for our services. I don't lobby. I don't use influence. I do hard work, sometimes dangerous work. We were in Qatar.
Medellin's bad. Medellin's tough. So is Qatar.
Well, how about Guatemala? And
that too.
Where I've done work, and El Salvador, where I've done work, and
with the guerrillas and fighting, and
the FARC has a contract out to slit my throat for the work that I did. In Colombia, which is one of the reasons I got the award. I also was in Qatar, and they made that a big deal. I was in Qatar. I was in Qatar during the war.
Oh.
When Qatar had 35,000 American troops in Qatar, and the government wanted the city to be made safer for, among other reasons, the protection of our troops.
What do you think of Tillerson?
I think he obviously has worldwide experience. I think his knowledge of Russia will be enormously valuable to the president-elect. I can't speak about him. I don't know him.
You don't know him.
I know Donald Trump, and I know he makes excellent choices. I think he's made some remarkable choices in the cabinet. And I'm part of the transition team, and I can tell you the transition team is way ahead of any other administration in history.
Where are you?
And Vice President Pence gets a lot of credit for that, too.
Pence is solid as a rock.
Boy, does he run it well.
He does. What do you make of, the Russians hacked and tried to influence the election when nobody cared? Well, first of all, the CIA and FBI disagree, as we've been discussing. On second thought, nobody cared about Hillary and the fact that 99% certainty that 5 intelligence agencies...
I think it's been politicized way beyond the way it should be. First of all, this investigation should be done quietly. It should be done by professionals. There shouldn't be this battle between the CIA and the
it's embarrassing, isn't it?
And the FBI over it. I do cybersecurity for a living, so I have a pretty good sense of, look, they can hack anything they want if they want to hack it.
That means we need to fix it.
But I don't know. But also, I've seen the statements that have come out of the government that there is no indication that it affected the election in any way.
There's no new information.
In any way possible. Nor do I see a way in which they could really have had a material effect on the states that turned out to be the states that were the crucial states. So I think in terms of the election results, this sounds like more of a political issue. If we're talking about hacking as a general issue, we sure as heck have to catch up. I mean, the Obama administration has left us a disaster. Look at the OPM hack, where background checks, FBI background checks, were taken.
Yeah.
But this is what I'm going to devote most of the rest of my life to, which is to try to figure out a much better solution to hacking. I do it all over the world, and I work a lot with Israel. And in Israel, they have a special place in El Alam where they do research on how to defend against hacking, and they're the best, the very best.
A friend of mine from Israel, he has a different phone number every day with encryption and all sorts of technologies that we should have here.
You should see the technologies. They're great.
I know.
And the thing is to then do that and have your phone number changed, but have it done automatically. So your phone number never changes, but it really changes.
It's amazing.
It sounds a little strange, but it can be actually done.
All right, Mr. Mayor, we're going to have you on, I'm sure, a lot throughout they're going to be brutal to Trump. They want to take him out. I've been saying it, nobody's listening.
I've never seen anything like this.
No, it's going to get worse.
Well, we never saw anything in the election like we saw.
It's true.
Why are we surprised?
I'm not.
Right.
All right, good to see you.
Good.